Hello everyone, Mozart here, and today I am going to teach you how to beat Bombardment in Hypixel Party Games. Bombardment is a time-unlimited, non-interactive game in which the objective is to be the last player surviving on a platform in the middle of the water, which is constantly being fired at by a flying ship. The cannonballs can be a little tricky to dodge, but with some practice, it's actually not that bad. But before we get into how to dodge them, let's get into the basics. When the game begins, the ship will start firing cannonballs at the platform you are standing on. There are 7 difficulties numbered 0 to 6, and each difficulty shoots faster than the last until difficulty 5, where the ship will start shooting multiple cannonballs at the same time, up to difficulty 6. If you get hit by a cannonball or fall into the water, you are eliminated. The last player surviving wins. And now, let's get into the strategies of how to win every time. Well, almost every time. For difficulties 0 to 4, the ship will only fire 1 cannonball at a time, so it's pretty easy to avoid. At difficulty 5, the ship will fire 3 at a time, so it's a little harder to avoid. And at difficulty 6, it'll fire anywhere between 3 and 8 every time. Note that the cannonball's range is actually not that big. It can only get players that are within a 3-block radius. And while that may look big on the diagram, it's actually not that big. Now, you don't have to be focusing on every single cannonball. Just focus on the ones that are going to land near you and get out of the way. With this strategy, you should be able to outlast most players. But what if there's players that are also really good at the game and just not dying? Well, you may reach sudden death. At sudden death, the difficulty will still be set to 6, but every 10 seconds there will be a massive wave of cannonballs shot at the platform. Sudden death waves are much more difficult to survive than difficulty 6, but with some practice, it's still possible. Finally, I'm just going to give you some visuals to not fall into the water. The platform's length spans just a little bit longer than the ship's cannons, so if you stay within the first and fourth cannons, you won't fall off the sides. As for avoiding falling off the front and the back, if you stay near the equator and when moving forward or backward, go back to the equator afterwards, then you should be able to avoid falling off the front and the back. This game can take a lot of practice to get good at, but once you're good at it, you'll crush it. And now, you know how to beat Bombardment in Hypixel Party Games.